Do you think it's impossible to build wealth with a job earning less than $100,000 each year? Let's take a moment to bust this myth. You see, the common misconception is that a six-figure salary is the golden ticket to wealth. But that's not necessarily the case. Wealth building is not about how much you earn, but rather, how you manage what you earn. It's about understanding the power of budgeting, saving, investing, and eliminating debt. It's about making your money work for you, regardless of how much you make. You don't need a large income to build wealth, you need a smart strategy and a commitment to financial discipline. It's time to break free from these misconceptions that keep us from reaching our financial potential. So, let's dispel this myth once and for all. You can build wealth on a low income. So, how do we start building wealth with a limited income? It begins with a well-planned budget. You might hear the word budget and immediately think restriction, limitation, or even deprivation. But let's shift our perspective here. Think of a budget as a roadmap, a guide that leads you to financial success. It's not about restricting your spending, it's about understanding where your money goes and making intentional decisions about your spending. Now let's dive into why budgeting is so powerful. First and foremost, budgeting helps you track your expenses. It's like a magnifying glass for your finances. It allows you to see exactly where your hard-earned money is going and identify areas where you might be overspending. Are you spending too much on takeouts or subscriptions you barely use? A budget will help you spot these money leaks. Next, budgeting gives you control over your spending. Once you know where your money is going, you can decide where it should go instead. You can allocate funds to necessities, cut back on non-essentials, and even set aside some cash for fun activities. Remember, a budget doesn't mean you can't have fun, it just means you plan for it. And here's where it gets interesting. A well-planned budget helps you save more. By identifying and reducing unnecessary expenses, you free up more of your income. This extra money can then be funneled into your savings or investments, propelling you towards your wealth-building goals faster. Lastly, a budget is a crucial tool for wealth building. It helps you create a financial plan, set realistic goals, and monitor your progress. It's like a personal financial coach, pushing you towards your financial goals, cheering you on every step of the way. But remember, a budget is only as good as your commitment to it. It's not a set-it-and-forget-it kind of thing. It requires regular check-ins and adjustments. But with discipline and determination, a budget can turn your financial dreams into reality. Remember, budgeting is not about limiting your spending, but about making your money work for you. Now that we have a budget in place, what's the next step? It's simple: saving and investing. Without a doubt, the cornerstone of building wealth is to save a portion of your income. You might be thinking, but my income isn't that high. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter how much you earn. What matters is how much you save. It could be as little as 10% of your monthly income. The key is to be consistent and disciplined. Think of it as paying your future self. Now, saving alone isn't enough. If your money is just sitting in a bank account, it's not working for you. That's where investing comes in. Investing is how you make your money multiply. It's like planting a seed and watching it grow into a tree. But instead of a tree, you're growing your wealth. So how does investing work? Let's talk about compound interest. It's a powerful concept and is often referred to as the eighth wonder of the world. Here's why. Compound interest is the interest on a loan or deposit calculated based on both the initial principal and the accumulated interest from previous periods. In simpler terms, it's interest on interest. Say you save and invest $100 each month. With an average annual return of 7% in 10 years, you would have saved $12,000. But thanks to compound interest, your investment would be worth over $15,000. That extra $3,000, that's your money working for you. It's growth that you didn't have to work an extra hour for. It's growth that you didn't have to make a sacrifice for. It's the magic of compound interest. And the longer you let your money grow, the more powerful compound interest becomes. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, getting bigger and bigger. So, the formula is simple. Save a portion of your income, no matter how small, and invest it wisely. Let compound interest do its magic. Even a small investment can grow into a large sum over time thanks to the magic of compound interest. While saving and investing are important, there's another crucial step towards wealth building: eliminating debt. Debt, especially high-interest debt, can be a real wealth killer. It's like trying to fill a bucket with water when there's a hole at the bottom. No matter how much you pour in, you'll never get ahead if you don't plug that leak. Let's start by understanding the impact of high-interest debt on your financial health. It's like a parasite, constantly feeding off your hard-earned money. The longer it stays, the more it eats away at your wealth. High-interest debts such as credit card debts often have interest rates of 25% or more. This means that for every $100 owed, you're throwing away $25 each year just on interest. Over time, this can add up to a significant amount, money that could have been invested in building your wealth. So how do you eliminate this wealth-draining monster? Well, there are a couple of strategies that have proven effective. The first is the snowball method. Here, you start by focusing on your smallest debt. Pay it off as quickly as possible while making minimum payments on your other debts. Each time you pay off a debt, you take the money you were using for that debt and roll it into paying off your next smallest debt. It's like a snowball gaining momentum as it rolls downhill. The second strategy is the avalanche method. This is where you focus on the debt with the highest interest rate first, regardless of its size. You aggressively pay this off while making minimum payments on your other debts. Once that's paid off, you move to the debt with the next highest interest rate. It's like an avalanche, starting small but becoming unstoppable as it gains momentum. Both methods have their merits and can be effective. The key is to choose the one that works best for your situation and stick with it. Remember, the less debt you have, the more you can save and invest towards your wealth. Now, let's talk about another key strategy for wealth building: creating multiple income streams. The secret to financial freedom isn't just about earning more, it's about diversifying the ways you earn. It's like the old saying goes, don't put all your eggs in one basket. The first strategy we'll delve into is passive income. Passive income is money that you earn without actively working for it. It's like having money work for you instead of the other way around. Picture this: you're lounging by the beach, sipping on a cool drink, and your bank account is growing. That's the power of passive income. Now let's consider different ways to create these additional income streams. One common method is through side jobs or gigs. With the rise of the digital age, opportunities for side hustles are more abundant than ever. From freelance writing to graphic design to tutoring or coaching, the possibilities are endless. All you need is a skill or hobby, and you can turn it into a revenue stream. Investments are another way to create additional income. You could invest in stocks, bonds, or mutual funds. Remember, the key to investing is patience and a well-diversified portfolio. It's not about getting rich quick, but about steady growth over time. Lastly, let's not forget about rental properties. If you have a spare room or a second property, renting it out can provide a steady, reliable source of income. And with platforms like Airbnb, it's easier than ever to become a host. In conclusion, creating multiple income streams isn't just about making more money, it's about creating financial security. It's about not having to rely on a single source of income. It's about having options and flexibility. It's about building a safety net that allows you to weather life's financial ups and downs. Remember, the more income streams you have, the faster you can build your wealth. So, let's quickly recap what we've discussed today. We've debunked the myth that high income is the only path to wealth. It's not about how much you earn, but how you manage what you have. Budgeting is your tool for financial control, helping you allocate resources and avoid unnecessary expenses. We've also touched on the power of saving and investing. These are your wealth multipliers. Even small amounts, grown over time through interest and returns, can accumulate into substantial wealth. Don't forget the importance of eliminating debt. It's the anchor holding back your financial boat. By focusing on paying down debts, you're freeing up more money to save and invest. Lastly, we explored the concept of creating multiple income streams. Diversifying your income not only provides security, but also accelerates your wealth-building journey. Remember, wealth building is not a sprint, but a marathon. It's about making smart financial decisions consistently over time, so start today and you'll be amazed at what you can achieve, even with a low income.